Buddy, it's 9 o'clock. It might be a couple minutes after now that I look at my watch. I have the Mickey Mouse face on. Well, Minnie Mouse. And her glove is kind of big, so you're not really sure if it's right on. It's 9:01, so yay, good morning. Let's see if I can find you guys. Obviously, every time you guys tune in, everything looks a little bit different than the last time because I'm always moving stuff around. I'm just interested to see if my video is sideways. No, yay, it's doing great. One, so yay, good morning. Oh, turn that off. I don't want to hear me. Hot dog. Good morning, Barbara, Alicia, Susan. Good morning, Celeste. Happy Monday, you guys. Thank you. So yes, we keep moving things around. So my mom loves watching this in the morning with my dad. My mom used to be a director, and so she gives me so much grief. You're wearing black against black, and you need to move. And when I was on the wall, you can see the light plugs. And I really have tried, but we're in quarantine. So I was going to do a different wall this morning, but it's kind of in front of a window. Even with the blinds on, with the light coming through, I'm just a black silhouette. So I came back over to this space, even though I've been doing some work in this space. So noticeably, you'll see that there's a desk here. This chair goes to this desk when it's in use, and that's my desk. And you're like, how many desks do you use? Well, maybe some of you know that I like to write letters, and I like stationery, and I like pens. And this is my writing desk, or like a newsroom, my correspondence desk. But a lot of times when I'm in here working, my son will come in here and he will sit and work too across the desk from me. And I love that. And it had been on that side of the room, and I'm trying to move everything around, and we're going to get fresh starts when quarantine's over, right? Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Petra. Good morning, Palacios. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás? Good morning, Mimi. So that's why this looks this way. We'll see how it works. I did put on a bright color shirt, so you can see my face. Let's see what we've got going on this morning. Looks like everybody's doing well. That makes me happy. So I had a meeting with the folks at the church, and they're not going to go back to services on Sunday until it looks like May 31st. But she said that I was welcome to go back and start using the facilities whenever I'd like. The city of Lakeland isn't going to open their Kelly Recreational Center until Monday, May 18th, which is in a week from today. And I'm thinking that that may be what we do too. But I will make a big media blitz about that whole thing and let you guys know how this will work. I'm just waiting for you guys to come on. A little stiff this morning. We planted about 20 trees. Holy tamale for your mom. Was it on your property? Let me know if it was on your property, if you went someplace else and planted them. But what we'll do, since the church won't be in session for about 2 weeks after we're there, we're going to be kind of like the litmus of what will function in that space. And we're going to tape off the floor to let everybody know where their mats should be. And at least through June, we're not going to use mats that I have. You have to bring your own mat because it'll make it easier for cleaning. And we won't get out props and blankets. So if you need those things, bring those things, and we'll see how that goes. And like I said, we'll mark out the floors. I'll be able to let you know more about it as we move through this week. The reason why I'm even saying this here is if you guys have some ideas, I would love to hear them. I want us to be together again. I want us to practice again. I want us to keep this format as well so that, maybe you want to do yoga from home once a week, then we can do that. It may be that I start videoing our Tuesday and Thursday classes for those of you who live out of town. I love feedback, and some of you have realized that when you send me feedback, I listen to it and I try to change and do what I can. So, love you guys to the moon. Yes, we planted them here. Good morning, Becky. I hope you had fun while you were camping over the weekend. That made me happy that you tuned in. All right. And good morning, Julie. You're here. That makes me happy. I like the little picture of you, and I'm assuming that's your husband with your orphaned socks mask. Those were cute. All right. Let's have a motion Monday. What do you think? Motion or movement? Movement Monday? Motion Monday. Locomotion Monday. I am unsure. I'll think of something kitschy before the end of practice. So we're going to sit. We're going to be comfortable. We're going to be together virtually. Oh, I didn't say hi to Darcy. Hi, Darcy. Darcy is Valerie's puppy, and Darcy practices yoga with her. Oh, good. I'm glad you had fun, Julie. I'm going to try to do that. I have quite a few orphan socks, but I want to use my personal socks because my boys, their feet stink. You can't ever get that stink out, and I don't want to take a stinky sock and put it right here. So I'll take one of my socks and do it. All right. Let's get started. Chin comes forward. Feel the back of the neck stretch. Head comes up, right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. And back to the center. Head comes forward. And back up. Now, as we sit here comfortably, we're going to lift the pelvic floor, pull the navel in. And set that intention. On this beautiful May Monday, what is your intention? I am honored that you're sharing your morning with me. And then once you've set that, we're going to smile, open those eyes, lace the fingers, and I like that. Good idea, Susan. And out and up. I have a friend who is an app designer, and he has a couple of other clients in turn but they're entertainers, they're not yoga teachers, and they've come up with a platform that's a streaming platform where we'd almost have like a streaming TV platform, and it's pretty unique and interesting how they've got it where you can just pay from the screen. You don't need to leave the screen. You can just touch the screen if you're watching on your phone or just hit a button on your computer. I don't think you can do it. You might be able to. And just pay that way, never leave the screen, and it's a streaming program. So thank you for that input. I really am going to see about working through that. Good morning, Rachel. And we're going to let that left shoulder come down. Right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract and come up. Back up and back to the center. Out and up. But that being said, I'm only using the tip function instead of the pay function, and turn to the left because I've been teaching yoga since 2004 on a donation basis. And I do so well. Because if you give people opportunities to be amazing, they will be. And I've been so fortunate that I have people who come to yoga, right shoulder down, left hand up, that enjoy their yoga practice and are generous and donate for the value that they're getting or the work that we do together. And I want to be able to try to keep that same integrity. 3, 4, and that same model. 5, contract to come up. Back to the center and forward. But I'm interested in that format. And I have a Venmo account. Not a Venmo, like the money, but Venmo account. And slowly come up, but we'll see how that works. We're going to change the cross. Internet is sketchy. We'll do one of your former classes if need be. Have a great day and happy belated Mother's Day. Thank you, Celeste. Sorry about your internet. Good morning, Krista. Right arm comes down, left arm comes over. Nice big stretch, opening through side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand comes up, bend at that elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. Left arm comes down. And nice big stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand comes up. Bend at that elbow. Twist it through. Oh, squeeze out that body. Are you smiling or breathing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. Really nice big stretch here. Open that armpit up. Lift open, open, open. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Bring those arms behind. Open the chest, looking up. Lifting that chest and throat. Forward folding, hands come up. And those hands come down. From there, we're going to release. Lift those arms up as if you're in Warrior 1. Pull those elbows down like your goalpost arms. Lift the chest up, open through the chest. Lift those collarbones up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Left arm under right arm. Lift those elbows up, looking up towards the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that elbow down and change. Right arm comes under left, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those elbows come down and unwind. Roll those shoulders just a little bit. I'm going to extend those arms out. We're going to turn the palms up like you're holding 2 platters. We're going to rotate all the way through till the hands come up. All the way through till the hands come up. Let's try that again. All the way through. And all the way through. And let those hands come down. We're going to take the palms and put weight in those palms. I have them on either side of my legs. It just makes it a little easier than here because you kind of have to lean forward for that to happen. But you can put them here. Now I'll put the backs of those wrists down. 2, 3, 4. Good morning, Frank. Hugs and kisses to you virtually. I can't wait to get my bear hug when all this is over. And gently release. But now what we're going to do is we're going to try to work through this part of the arm. So we're going to take the hand and we're going to rotate it behind. Put that arm down. We're going to take this one, rotate it behind, put that arm down. A lot of work here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to lift and unwind, lift and unwind. And just move those wrists a little bit. Wake them up. All right, now from there, we are not doing those extended leg things. We're going to do them at a different place. We are now going to roll back. So we're going to take those knees, we're going to pull them in. Nice big stretch here, a little rock from side to side. Definitely down in the back of the pelvis. 3, 4, 5. We're going to let those knees come over to the left, arms come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if you can extend that foot out into your left hand. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Bring those knees back up and drop them over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to extend that left foot out, put it in that right hand, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release. Bring those knees back in. Put those feet up. Grab those heels. Happy baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can take that right leg, kick it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to pull that in. Left one comes out. Maybe. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicely done. Pull that in. We're going to just pull those knees in. See if we get a little stretch here. Oh, feels so nice. Now we're going to let those legs come up. We're going to let that right leg come down. And we're at a 45. Or at least we're going to try it too. And this is a lot of work. So maybe this is where you stay. And that's okay. Hands are on the back of the head. We're going to roll to the left and down. Roll to right toes. And down, that's 1. Left and down. Right and down, that's 2. Left and down. Right toes and down, that's 3. Left toes and down. Right toes and down, that's 4. Left toes and back. And right toes and down. Let that leg come up. Oh, take a little break. Maybe you need to bend and stretch. Flip those ankles. Lengthen the legs back out. Left leg comes down to a 45. We're going to roll to the right and down. Left toes and down. That's 1. To the right and down. To left toes and down. That's 2. To the right and down. To left toes and down. That's 3. To the right and down, I think, or left toes and down. Let's do one more and smile about it. To the right and then to left toes and down, and pull those knees in. And wow, it's hard to do those in talking count. And a little rock. Get those bodies warm. Jackets are coming off. Hands are down on the floor near those feet. We're going to press down through the feet. Lift up those high knees. Nice contraction here. Now, the push is generated here in the feet. You're pushing down through the feet, lifting. And as you push through the feet to lift, this part has to contract to lift. But the squeezing in the glutes is not the focus. The pressing down through the feet is the focus. 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly roll it back down. Windshield wiper those legs. Whew. Nice work. Pull those knees in, cross at the ankles, rolling back up. Wowzers, that felt amazing. So we're going to practice. Your arm is looking much better. Yes, it is. It is cracking though. I will need to put some oil in it, but much better. It's starting to scab and heal. I don't know if you guys know about 3rd degree burns, but 3rd degree burns do not blister. And it's finally scabbing and healing. So yay and yay. Thank you for asking. So we're going to find this comfortable spot. Now some of you might have tailbones that are a little off. And if that's the case, you might want a blanket or a towel to go under your tailbone. And we're going to try to pull those knees in. Nice tall spine. And then from there, let's see if we can reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from here, we're going to put the hands at the heart. We're going to turn to the left. Elbow touches knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center, then over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to come back to the center. We're going to extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let those legs come down as slowly we come forward. You guys doing good at home? Yes? Breathing? Warm? Definitely warm, right? We're going to come on forward. Come to hands and knees. All right. So here we are. We're going to inhale that spine up. And down. And up. And down. One more time, up. And down. Last time, flat back. Right shoulder, right hip. Left shoulder, left hip. Back to the center. Right arm comes up. Thread it through. So right shoulder comes down. Nice rotation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shifting back, coming up. Left arm comes up. And thread it through. Nice rotation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And shifting back, coming to table. From that table, good morning, Brian. Thank you for my sunshine. Good morning, April. We're going to turn those toes and back. Nice big stretch. Bending and stretching. Lengthening. Walking out. Nice long body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that right leg come up. We're going to bend the knee open through the front of your hips. Nice work here. So the hips rotate. Shoulders don't. We're going to keep those shoulders squared off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that foot come down. Bend and stretch. Left leg comes up. Bend the knee. Open through the front of the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let that foot come down. Bending and stretching. We're going to put those knees down. Come back into a child's pose. Stretching out lower back. Giving your hands a chance to get a little bit of a break. That's a long down dog. Opens through the tops of the feet. So from here, we're going to pull those hands in back by the knees. so we can help push ourselves up. Maybe we can bring those knees in if that's comfortable for you, and we're going to try to sit up on the feet. And by sitting up on the feet, we're going to get this lengthening that happens through the tendons to the top of the knee. It's going to help open the tops of the feet. So nice sinking down into those feet. Finding the breath. Now from here, we're going to work on camel, opening through the front of the hips, and then we're going to change that into gate pose. So from here, we're going to come up. You can put your hands on the sides to come up, and we're going to lift, and we're pushing those hips forward. So we're opening here through the front of the hips. So this nice long stretch, we're slowly starting to turn the heart forward, looking up towards the sky, figuring out what's going on here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract belly, looking down at the floor. Let's see if now we can turn those toes under. Now, I have a habit when my feet are flat, which is how this is supposed to be. That when I lean back, my feet have a tendency to go. And they're not supposed to. They're supposed to be here. And I find that when I turn my toes under, they tend to stay there. Now, that's a prop for now, but it helps you be aware. And so that's a good way for you to practice as well. We're going to push those hips forward. We're going to open through the heart. We're smiling up into the sky, opening through the heart. I really wish I had some jokes to tell you. I missed that part of yoga. 3, 4, 5. Contract the belly, looking down at the floor. And release. So I want you to turn however you need to on your mat where you can still see your screen so that we can participate together. So I'm turning to my right. So all I did is I made a quarter turn to face you. I need to be long ways on my mat. I'm going to let my left foot come out. I still want to be on my mat so I don't slide. Arms are out. Left hand comes down onto left foot. So I'm starting with my left, and I'm just going to reach up towards the sky. I'm going to open up all this connective tissue all the way down the side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up, and then the right hand comes down. Left hand reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to let that hand come down as we come up. We're going to bring that left knee in. You're going to let that right leg come out. All right. Now I have this foot squared off. You can do it this way and open up the tissue, but you tend to end up on your knee here. It's a little more strenuous. Because you're down on your knee, I tend to turn my foot. Now, this would be the placement if you were doing triangle, if you were standing up, but the body gives a little differently. This one can't because the knee's down. So for safety, I tend to turn my foot. Hands are out, and right hand down, left hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. We're going to let that left hand come down. Right hand comes up. Nice big stretch here for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, use the side of your body. Contract to come up. Bring that right leg in. Then turn back down to your mat. Down dog. Get some blood flow back into those kneecaps. Bending and stretching. Bending and stretching. Lengthening through the spine. Come up on those toes. And come down. We're going to rotate to plank, hanging out in plank. Use those fingertips to really help keep you up. So think about pushing the mat down to the floor and you not pushing yourself up from the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to push back, bending and stretching those knees. Checking in with those ankles one more time. We're going to step forward. Fingertips flat back. lengthening through the body. And this time when we come forward, we're just going to hang here. We're looking at our kneecaps. And then bend those knees slowly, rolling all the way up. Hands come down. Nice work, bending and stretching. So, we did props yesterday. That class did not go the way I had planned it in my head, but I'm glad you guys got to see all of those props. And then we were able to work through that together. All right, so we're going to work on a little balance. Let's try it with our tree. So we're going to start with that one. It tends to be the least complicated. Our brain can work through it. Heel, ball, toes. So we're putting our weight down into the feet, and we're feeling the 4 points of the feet. So there's 2 points here and 2 points here. And that's how we put weight down into the feet. So we build that foundation, and if you're not sure you have it, you lift the toes and lower them back down. And that activates the muscles on the feet, and you can really tell if you've built that foundation. Then you put all of your weight on it, and maybe you still have your foot like this while you get the weight shifted. You're like, okay, I have some weight. So then maybe you start here, maybe you're here, maybe you're grabbing a wall or a chair, or you can grab in place. Some people put, for tree, they put their foot here. My hip is just tight enough, or my pants are always just slippery enough that I don't ever seem to be able to get my foot to stay. Hands at the heart, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can put on some branches, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those hands back to the heart and release that out. Oh, walk it out. Feels really good. Let's switch feet. Right foot, heel, ball, toe. I'm going to put some weight in that foot. Maybe lift and lower those toes. I feel that foundation. I correct the alignment of the foot. Like, okay, that feels better. And then you start. Heel, maybe here. Maybe you grab in place. Hands come to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if maybe you can lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come back in. And release that out. Nice, walk it out. Let's stretch the backs of those feet. It was very informative yesterday. Making up the work today, absolutely. We're making up the work today. Good morning, Randy. And stretch the top of the foot. So I like to think of Sundays as self-care Sunday or soulful Sunday, like you're developing some spiritualness, or Scholar Sunday, where you get some information, you learn something. Because we do work hard in our yoga practice every day, we need a day that we kind of don't, right? We allow ourselves that indulgence. And we're going to switch and stretch the other foot, really open through the front of it. Nice work. 3, 4, 5, and release it out. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Coming down, fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Bending those knees slightly so that you can step that right foot back and down. And then from there, we're going to cartwheel up into Warrior 2. Let that left knee go left. We're in that Warrior 2. We feel it, we're sinking into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right hand comes down, left one comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen carefully because this is different. Left hand travels, my right hand stays in place. My left hand is traveling all the way down to the floor. Hanging out here. I'm on the inside of the leg. I'm so glad you appreciate Sundays, Petra. I'm never really sure, so thank you guys for the feedback. We're going to bend that left elbow and see if we can go deeper. Maybe your body's like, nope. And that's okay. So maybe you're hanging out here. You're already feeling this compression here in your hip. Notice that my hand's still on my tuchus, right? I'm going to bend my elbow so that I can lift this hand. So theoretically, my left side body is on my left thigh. I'm going to let that hand travel behind and see if this hand can grab. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Maybe we don't. Maybe we're like high hand and this hand goes high other hand and maybe that's all you've got. No problem. We're looking down at the floor. We're even letting the shoulder sag because ideally the shoulder would be up like this. But that's a lot of work today. So we're just, even the shoulders can be down some. Okay? 3, 4, you should feel it in your left butt cheek. 5. So how are we going to change that? We're going to let go of those hands and we're going to put the right hand down on the floor. Now we rotate. And your butt is going to go, what did I ever do to you? Right? That's kind of how it's going to feel. We're going to try to start to straighten that left leg and let left hand come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let that left hand come down. Come to the ball of right foot. Step back to plank. Bend and stretch it, bend and stretch it. And then we're going to chaturanga to the floor. We don't stop, we just lower down. It's like the express elevator to the floor, right? We soften those feet, we wiggle our bellies, and lift that chest up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lower that chest back down. Right arm extends out to the side. Roll to the right, stretch that shoulder. Let your ear come down to the floor. And then we're going to come right back to the belly. We're going to pull that hand in. We're going to extend that other one out. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come back to the center. Pull that hand in. Hands are under the shoulders. We're going to press and come to table. And then from table to down dog, bending and stretching. Bending and stretching, lengthening through the spine, filling in lower back. Right leg comes forward, grounding that back foot. Cartwheel all the way over. Warrior 2. Settle in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up. 1, 2, don't let your right knee rotate in. We're still opening here. 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that right hand slowly come all the way down to the floor. We're hanging out there for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend that elbow. See if we can let that shoulder sink. And then we're going to see if we can just let this arm be loose, right? We don't need the arm to stay up because the foot's holding us up. We're going to see if we can reach behind us, bend at that elbow and maybe grab. And it may be that we look like this, and that's okay. Maybe it's here. I'm letting you just put that shoulder down because it makes it a little easier for you, but ideally your shoulders should be up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to release gently, and we're going to put that left palm on the floor. And then we're going to start to straighten that right leg. You might have to readjust that back foot. It may have slid, and this was just going to be a nice rotation here. We're going to feel that work in the glute as we straighten this front leg. This modified triangle, smiling, finding out how you're doing, checking in, feel the foundation of your feet and your breath. And that hand comes down. We're going to come to the ball of that foot and step forward. Nice long stretch. Good morning, Brittany. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And hands come down. Holy mackerel. That's a lot of work. I like that combo. Ooh. We'll have to do that one again. I was inspired to do that, and I'm glad I did. So let's stretch that out because that's a lot in our tuchus, right? So we feel that butt, we feel that work. We want to stretch that out. Let's do a dancer posture. Left foot, heel ball toe. We're going to bend the knee, grab the foot. And then you're like, wait, why are we doing this pose if we did our tuchus the last time? Well, I'm trying to work the opposite. So if the back, this side got worked, now I want to work the other side of it to try to stretch, which means now the butt has to contract instead of lengthen, and it's going to make it feel better. So ideally, I would like for you to grab on the inside. Depends on how your shoulder's working today, how your body feels. We're going to let that hand come up. And we're going to see if maybe that knee can go back. Nice big stretch here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to come right on up and let that come out. Oh, hopefully that felt pretty good in your tuchus. We're going to switch sides. Right foot, heel ball toe. Oh, I'm glad you like that combo. Good morning, John. Now, let's reach and grab on the inside of the foot. So we're going to grab the inside of that foot. We're going to let that arm come up. Nice lift here. Lifting pelvic floor. We're going to slowly start to come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. And gently release that out. Oh, nice. Let's do another combo. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold, bend the knees, send that foot back, grounding that foot. Cartwheel up, warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Nice full breath. We're going to lengthen. And from there, we're going to tip. We're going to come into our triangle posture. Hips forward, shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, it feels so good. 5. Now, we're doing combos, which means we're connecting postures together in different ways. So we're going to inhale this up, turn those toes in, turn right toes out, side angle. Nice big stretch here, working through back body. We're squeezing right glute to pull right knee out. We're opening through the left side of the body though. 2, smiling. 3, asana, only one step or limb of those 8 limbs. The other parts are the breath work and how we treat ourselves and how we treat others. So there should be a lot going on here. We're using the breath, we're using the body to be still so that we can reflect. And now you're like, no, I'm doing all I can just to breathe. Thank you very much. I get that. We're going to let that top hand come down. We're going to come to the ball of the left foot and come up standing split. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend that right knee so we can sit that left foot down. We're going to press through that foot to come up. We're going to come into star. From star, arms come behind, roll the shoulders back, forward folding, hands come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come to the waistline. Soften those knees to slowly come up. And release. We're going to turn left toes. We're going to let those hands come down. We're going to step back into plank. From plank, chaturanga to the floor. Soften those feet, lift the chest, open through the heart. You really feel the work on one glute more than the other. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let the chest come down, but we're going to try to open up through the glutes. So you're like, what are we talking about? Well, we just did a lot of forward folding, a lot of twisting. So we want to try to open the front body so the glute has to contract to lift you up. So we're going to try to bend those knees and grab the feet. And this might not work for you, and that's all right. You can just wave at your feet. So once you have these feet, you're going to try to pull and lift up. So by you pulling here and you're opening through front body, your back body has to contract a little bit. So we have that counter posture for our bottoms. And slowly release. We're going to release those feet. Hands under the shoulders, pressing to table, from table to down dog. Nice big stretch. Lengthening through the spine, filling in lower back. Now from here, right leg comes forward, grounding that back foot. We're going to cartwheel up to warrior 2 and straighten front leg. So we've definitely lengthened out through the body. We're going to lengthen and tip. Hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice work. We're going to contract on the side of the body to come up. Right toes in, left toes out, side angle. Hips forward, shoulders back, nice long stretch. 1. So you feel your left knee going left. We don't want that knee to rotate in. And we're just lengthening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice work. We're breathing. We feel that work. We're grounded through the feet. We allow that right hand to come down to the floor. We come to the ball of that foot. Step those hands out. Standing split. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that foot come down. Press down to come up. Back into star. Hands come behind, roll the shoulders back. We're going to fold forward, hands come up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let those hands come down as we come up. Release the hands, turning the toes to the right. We're going to put those hands down so that we can come to the ball of that foot and step forward. Fingertips flat back, so we're going to really lengthen through the spine. Forward fold, soften those knees, inhale all the way up. Hands come down. And walk it out. Yay, that feels delicious. in the body. Let's see if we can start making it down just a little bit. So we're going to bend those knees, our feet are hip distance apart. We're going to see if maybe we can bring those hands down. We're going to sit that booty down and nice stretch here. Feeling that lower back stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to extend those hands back out and sit on those booties. We're going to hug those knees. And then from hugging the knees, we're going to let those legs drop open. So now we're going to get to this cobbler's pose that we didn't do earlier. And I'm not going to orient to the camera because then the next things will be laying down. So we're going to come forward. We're going to feel that stretch. And lengthening through the crown of the head, feeling the hips open. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we come back up, we're going to bring those knees up. Slide your tuchus back just a bit. And forward fold. So this is that work that we skipped over in the beginning so that we could put it here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come up. We're going to bring that right leg over the left just so we can get a twist in. So the foot comes next to the knee. We're going to turn to the right, tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to come back to the center and let that leg come down. Maybe a little bounce for you here. We're going to bring that other leg up and we're going to put it next to the knee. We're going to rotate to the left. Tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to the center. And we're going to release that out and bounce. And then from there, we're going to bend those knees and roll back. And laying on the floor, bottoms of the feet are flat, and rotate from side to side. And gently release down. Ah, that was awesome. We're going to lengthen those arms out. Nice little rock. We're trying to lengthen and try to find balance between left and right side. Last posture here. The hands come down beside the body. We're going to bend those knees, pressing through the feet, lifting up. So that's a contraction through glute. It's a chance to center up those hips after working left and right side. And we're not going to let those legs go wide. If you have your block or your rolled towel, like we talked about in yesterday's practice, you can squeeze that between your knees if you ever need to try to fire up the adductors or the muscles on the insides of the legs. Slowly we're going to roll down. And then we're going to extend one leg and then the other and soften. Finding a place that's comfortable and surrendering to the floor. We release the feet, the ankles, the shin and calf. We move through the knees into the thighs. We soften the glutes and pelvic belly. We release lower back and navel. Mid back and solar plexus. Shoulder blades and heart. We lengthen the neck and soften the jaw. And then we find that breath. The breath is shallow at this point in our practice with inactivity. And we change it where we feel that inhale travel up back body, exhale comes down front body. Inhaling up back body, exhaling down front body. We begin to maybe shift and move. And those of you at home, if you want to continue to lay here and snuggle with your pups or kitties or kids or whichever, stay here. Maybe you're going to wiggle and move those fingers and toes. Maybe you're going to bend one knee and then the other, windshield wiper. Get that blood flow going back into those hips and hands. Pull those knees in. Maybe roll to the right side. You choose. Slowly pressing up. Coming into a comfortable seated position. Good morning, Molly. Right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the center. We bring the hands to the heart, and this is where we find that intention. We revisit it, how that was in your practice. We find our blessings and count them. We remind ourselves what we're thankful for. We find that attitude of gratitude, and we just pull that in. We send out love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. You're going to end the practice with an Om if you're comfortable, inhaling. Bowing forward, namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. And thank you for joining me. Yay, yoga. That was a good class. I love you guys big. Thank you for joining me here every morning at 9 a.m. I think today is day 50. No, today's day 49. So today's 49. Tomorrow will be the big 50. And I will keep you posted on when we're going to start back at the church. But we will still have some sort of online presence for those folks of you who might be like, I'll miss my yoga. There's going to be 50 classes on YouTube and on Facebook that you can find. But I will try to broadcast weekly, maybe twice a week. Maybe that's what we'll move to. We can still have Soulful Sundays or things like that if you would like. Again, all the feedback that you give me helps me plan. And I write it all down if you guys, some of you know about the planner, right? My planners are just, you give me feedback, look, I write them down. It makes a difference to me when you give me feedback. I do pay attention. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for your wonderful gifts of donation and love and cards. I am so grateful. The gratitude that you send in love is totally received in love, and I appreciate that. Big love from my house to yours. Mwah! Stay smiling.